Two drunk assholes talking about whatever comes to mind. We present Filler with Jack Fike and Rob Harper. Filler is Jack and my insane rambling. In this episode of Filler, we talk about the Flash TV show, a little bit of Arrow, and about movies and spoilers and how they suck. Please do note that we are extremely drunk during these recordings, so if we do sound like unintelligent fools, just forgive us. And the Flash is just flashing on. Nothing
the Flash
much going on there either.
Again,
that last episode was directed by Kevin Smith. Do you know that?
Oh yeah,
yeah, the one with the guy who was aging. More power used. He was aging.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that. But I'll have to look at the direction.
I noticed when I was watching, I was like, "This is very Joker with the whole carnival and all that stuff." It was very like Dark Knight, and it was okay. After I watched it and then found out, so I couldn't really. But afterwards, I'm like, okay. And even the parts with Harrison's daughter were very like quirky and quippy, and I was like, oh yeah, I could see how that was written by her, like directed by him, like more his style.
He can write a female character. Like
I don't think he wrote it. I think
he didn't write it. He can write a female character.
Yeah,
and I don't think that the daughter's lines were very good. Like
she has so much potential, and they don't use her.
She did a heel turn at the end for almost no reason. But now that you mention it, for some reason I glossed, like I let a lot of things slide about the way the way that storyline went, and maybe it's just because the light in which it was shot. Like maybe it was just
well done enough.
It was well done enough because she was like, Dad, I hate you. You murdered a man.
And he's by the end, she's like, I don't care.
At the end, it's like, okay. And he's like, well, I'll still do it. And she's like, yeah, I know. But as long as you promise not to. And I was like, what?
It's just a reason for her to be back.
Yeah, you fled, went to another part of the country and started a new life because you thought this guy was crazy.
And I like her roommate. She's just like, oh, this is your dad? Oh, I don't want to get involved. Some creepy guy just broke in, and she was like, how'd you find me? I would be like, oh, I'm calling the cops. This seems wrong. Like, this guy's like hunting her down across the country.
And he's got a gun on him.
Yeah, that too. He's walking around with a giant gun.
Which, at this point, it's funny, because he always carries this thing around.
And nobody ever remarks on it.
But I would like to have seen her go, oh, come on in. What the hell? And then, like...
I'm calling the cops, and then at least the daughter would be like, don't. He's my father.
It's my dad.
Yeah, it was just like, very...
I guess I need to get another roommate, and wanders out the door. I'm like, yeah, if he's a murderer, you're going to need to get another roommate.
And a cleaning service.
Sprayed all over the walls.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah,
all the writers on all the shows, they're just like, I think it's too long, and they're all getting bored.
And filler. Like that, this episode, Barry lost his powers of speed. Well, that's already happened before. This whole storyline's already happened before. It's just, instead of a guy in a black costume, it was a guy in a yellow costume that he lost his speed, and he had to think of some ways the seasons are way too long. 10 episodes tops. If you did 10 episodes of Legends of Tomorrow, 10 episodes of The Flash, and 10 episodes of whatever other, if they decide to make a third show in the trifecta, what?
Arrow is it could be good. Once again, it's got the same problem. It's just
they could write a show called Arrow, and I'm sure it might be good.
They draw it out too much, and then you get this stupid stuff happens, right? The actual storyline is fine. It's just the stuff in between the storyline is stupid.
Oh, but you remember season 2 when Moira finds the Queen's Gambits in a warehouse somewhere, and there's this mystery about that. Yeah. And then the book,
so much better written. Yeah,
all the people who were in the book, and they were part of that cabal, but he couldn't deal with them just then because there's a bigger threat, but they were still looming. And Walter comes in, and he's got this other corporation, and he's got something going on, and all these it was a
mystery almost.
Yeah,
secrets and now it's well, you know who it is. You just refuse to kill him. You refuse to kill the wife. You refuse, he's the only reason it's not the only reason it's a problem is he's imposing a problem onto himself. And now that what's her name's dead, he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill him. Well, shit, you should have done that at the beginning of the fucking season, you retard.
And you know what? I was hoping that they wouldn't, because they made it Diggle's fault. They couldn't let the blame lie on Felicity, where it should land 100%. Secondary, it should land on Oliver, because he listened to Felicity and said he's not killing anyone. So, like, Felicity's fault. Secondary, Oliver's fault. Third, probably Malcolm's, because he could have stopped any and all of this.
Well, Malcolm started it, yeah.
And fourth, Diggle. And I thought, well, they're going to let it fall all on Diggle.
Sort of, yeah.
But
they keep, oh, it's not your fault, you know. It's like, and he just keeps, oh, I should have listened to you.
But no.
And then Diggle went to, you didn't see it, Diggle went to kill the mayor, the woman, his wife, and Ollie stopped him. It's like, you know, just let him finish it, you know. Oh, you're going to cause all this trouble for vigilantes. Guess what? It caused trouble for him attacking her anyways, so. And then they had the fake not Mockkeeper, Canary come. Just some experiment who escaped that from what's his name, Dark's place. She, for some reason, knew that how to get the voice thing, and for some reason it worked for her, even though the whole show they kept saying it shouldn't work for her, it only should work for what's her name. So I don't know if they're leading to another mystery in the future, like why it worked for her, but they never explained it. Is it a love child of Lance or something?
The third sister that went down in the boat, but then Sarah was the one who ended up on the island.
I don't know. Like that'd be my guess, is that they're implying that there's another daughter, but it was really ham-handed.
The whole thing is ham-handed. The whole thing, all of Dark. I love that actor.
He was wasted.
If I was him, as soon as my contract was up, as soon as I was not obligated to have anything to do with that show again, I would run. The first thing I would do was take my agent and slap him across the face as hard as I could. Second thing, I would run to, I don't know, someone who's got like a something different, like a Max Landis or something, and just go, hey, I need something.
Or to a Marvel Netflix show.
Oh well, yeah. Then I would camp out on Kevin Feige's door, and I was like, hey, do you need like a scientist? No, I don't think so. A cop, and anything like. I don't even need to be a superhero. I don't even need to be like. I could just be in the background.
Actually, you know who he'd be perfect for? He'd be perfect for Cable. He's still young enough, and he's still got that gravitas. I don't know enough about Cable. I assume he's like. I was thinking like a John Hamm, who's also got the yeah, maybe, but I would want something to cleanse the palate for myself as a professional, like my own, like I would need to, like the hot shower of quality that something would bring, but also just so that people don't go, hey, I know that guy, he was on Arrow. Yeah, he was terrible in it. Well, he wasn't terrible in Arrow. He's not the problem. No,
God, no. He delivered lines that were so stupid but he did it in such a way. I was like, bravo. Like when they had that cheap ass CGI and the Vixen grabs the idol and she just goes whoop whoop, and it looked like something out of I don't know, like a YouTube video. And he goes, well, that happened, and I'm like, yeah, it did. You and me both. We both saw that. And I can't say anything more than that either. You are correct. That happened. Yeah. Bravo, sir. But yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Arrow or Flash seems like it's going that way, and same with Legends of Tomorrow. It's just they can't keep it up. And Legends of Tomorrow is only 16 episodes. They couldn't keep it up.
And I don't know. Maybe it's the breaks and stuff that they have that.
I think it's a lot of it is notes from up above. From you can't do this because that's going to be in the new Flash movie. Oh, we got to change this then. Because that Flash, it seems like something changed. Like they had to write themselves out of a corner. And I'm thinking more and more that they have a script for the Flash, and it was too close to the script, and then they made him change it.
Because they are doing a Flashpoint like thing where the Flash is going to have to make, like, he's lost his power. He's going to get his powers back. There's something going on, and I think maybe you're right that we saw
that whole Zoom thing where I still think that he wasn't lying. I think that's how they're going to play it, because there's only like 3 more episodes or 2 more episodes. I think they really are saying that was a past version of Zoom that he killed, just because they had to write themselves out of it, and it was just stupid. And I hope it's not, but it just seems like they're not changing that idea.
Yeah, but they can't, because now the Zoom that's in there right now was actually acting like Jay Garrick on Earth 2 because he fell in love with Caitlin and he took her. Like, if the Zoom that's alive and is there right now wasn't the one that was on Earth 2 and then fell in love with Caitlin by working with her and stuff like that,
it doesn't make sense, right?
Why did he?
It's like wait, this girl loved Jay Garrick. Maybe I could just get in there, get me some.
That's right. It's like, hey, I look like the guy that you kind of had feelings for, so
I'll pretend to be that guy because you think I'm that guy. So, but it's just so stupid.
If you're getting moist down there, yeah, I've burned through a lot of the women on my Earth, so how about we just bring you over and no,
but that doesn't make sense because he already kidnapped Killer Frost before all that happened. Before he found out that Caitlin loved him, so he already. I think it is the same Jay for some reason.
It is.
I know it's terrible,
but at some point they have to. You're right. All the script leads up to big surprise. They've revealed to the cast, the good guys, that a certain set of like what reality is. But to us, they've basically spelled it out that it's not that. They've dropped huge clues. Like, and the cast, the good guys should figure out once Caitlin makes it back. And she says, yeah, all that time I spent with him, he's a serial killer, but he didn't kill me. He was in love with me. Someone there should go, no, he was always on that Earth, and the Jay Garrick that fell in love with you was killed in front of our eyes.
Yeah, it's just, it should be that was the good Jay, and this is another Jay from a different reality. Or he changed his face to look like... I still don't understand why Harrison said, no, it can't be him. It can't be Jay. We would have recognized him. And then they show Zolomon, and he looks like him. And I'm like, why didn't you recognize him then? Just because he had long hair? Like, it made no sense. I was like, what? This doesn't make sense.
So
like, why'd they put that line in? Even when they were... Like, he obviously couldn't see the picture on the screen because it was all blue screened in. But he was looking at a screen that showed Jay and saying, no, it can't be him. I would have recognized him. He's like the only serial killer on our world.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be like Charlie Manson. You're the whole time he was working beside Charlie Manson, and only after he turned evil, you went, that guy's Charlie Manson.
Like, he had a short haircut, no beard, and everything like that.
He didn't have the swastika on his forehead.
I was just going to say. But the guy has a swastika carved into his forehead. Yeah, but he had his hair cut and the beard was gone.
Yeah. And then they're going to reveal that the guy in the Iron Mask is Jay. Another Jay, I assume, right? But then where does he work? He's been in that cage. He's never met, unless it's time travel, he's never met Caitlin. So he can't be the one she... Like, I don't know how they're going to figure this out, but...
It could go either way. I think they're dropping huge, huge clues that Hunter Zolomon lied right to their faces. Said, "Oh yeah, he agreed to be killed in front of you so that it would make a point." But his reaction when it happened was not that.
That's what I think.
It sounds crazy that someone would. Second of all, there was nothing in it for him. No. And third of all, this Hunter Zolomon fell in love with Caitlin while they were together, meaning he was the
one episode when they were trying to get rid of his powers.
Yeah, which obviously that would be ridiculous. That a person that happens to be
this whole thing's ridiculous.
So there's the reveal either has to be like, oh yeah, I get that, or else it's gonna blow up.
I'm having a hard time giving him the benefit of the doubt, but I will. But there's only like 2 episodes left, or 2 or 3, and We have a large hole to dig out of.
We could write them out of that hole right now. We could spitball enough that we could get them to a point where people would still be satisfied with the answers and still fooled up until the reveal. I guarantee it. We could do that. So they're getting paid big money. I'm a wage slave who works my balls off till the point of exhaustion every day. And I can do it with the help of my young, sprightly friend. We could do it.
I just think that they're not going to. They're going to take the easy way out and just say, no, it's what he said.
They live in mansions and get paid big bucks to sit around, drink coffee, and shoot the shit. They can figure it out. I have to believe if there's any justice in the world, that's how it's going to work.
I don't know. I hope so. And same with Arrow. If this season just ends stupidly, I'm just going to be like, I don't know. They'd have to really do something good next season to bring me back.
The second season was so good. The first and second seasons were and
the first half of the third season was good too, until they killed off Suicide Squad.
Yeah. But it was a masterclass in writing a superhero TV show.
Was it third season? Yeah, it was third season with Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, Flash is falling into that same pit, it looks like.
But even, like, Flash is... Its lows are lows compared to its highs, but they haven't reached Arrow lows in any way.
No, not yet. No.
But it's being tainted by Arrow. Like you see every misstep on Flash and go, "Oh God!" On Arrow, it was like this. Oh, and the bile starts rising, and you start, your sphincter releases a little bit, and the fecal fluids start pouring out, and you're just like, "Oh!" And you're
it's
like,
the same trajectory. That's what you're seeing. Is like,
but it doesn't even that little dip, and you're thinking, "Oh, it's."
Yeah.
Like this last episode was. The last 2 episodes were just filler, just to get them by, and I can understand, but
yeah, they're just we'll see. But all of them have been just filler, every single one. Actually, Arrow has been the least fillery because they had the death, but that was a stunt.
yeah, that was. You can stunt cast. Like racially stunt cast, or you could like stunt cast based on sex, and just like okay, and get the ratings, or fake a fight on reality programming, or just something to like get a spike, get something going on, and really they don't care if it's good or bad feelings involved. They just want people to like tune in or talk. Mm-hmm. But when you do it. Probably, I don't know, as ham-handedly or as flippantly as they do, it's not going to work. You're not going to get people talking and I'm going to check next week. I'm coming back to see what they do. Like, how dare they add X, or how dare they do this? I will be there to see this for myself.
Yeah.
When you do it like that, it's just like, okay, well, yeah, just one more stupid thing, and I might tune in, I might not.
Yeah, and now did you hear that Agent Carter is probably not coming back because its ratings were pretty crappy, and they're not going to do that Shield's Most Wanted with Hunter and Bobby now. So it's like other than Netflix, superhero TV is dying, because even Supergirl's maybe not getting another season 2.
Again, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I bailed on just because there was so much out there, but Hunter and Bobby were 2 high points of that. I can't imagine how that wouldn't work as like a.
Well, that's everybody's complaining now, because they wrote him out of S.H.I.E.L.D., out of the TV show, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So they're like, you wrote him out to put him in this other show, and now this other show's not going to happen. You better write them back in.
There are shows that have gone on for 5-6 seasons easy that have a premise very similar to the one that they could have set up in the Marvel Universe, and it would have worked. Mm-hmm. Agent Carter didn't work for me. I fully, like I said, I could watch her just basically clean the house And I would be.
She's got some new show, I guess, coming out. So.
Well, hopefully there's scantily clad episodes so that I can. But I like her. Haley Atwell is a good actress. I like what she does. I like just the vibe she gives.
You just didn't like the tone of the show.
I didn't like the tone, and I didn't like none of it was in my wheelhouse. None of it.
Yeah,
and
I liked it a lot. Like, I probably liked it more than any of the other ones, but
so
it's it's not. I was the only one, I think.
Yeah, it was, and you just stream it, so it's not like you even get the. Yeah. But but I could see Hunter and Bobby having like an Alias type or a.
It's gonna be. It was supposed to be like a kind of. They do the missions that Shield doesn't want to be associated with, kind of thing. So like Black Ops stuff and.
There are probably 6 shows like that on television right now. James Spader's Blacklist, the one where they've got a ton of those shows. Both of those, Andrea Plicki is a good actress, and she played that part very well.
They had good chemistry together.
It could work, but
yeah. So. I don't know, they're going away from the TV shows, it seems. I think they're going towards Netflix. They're like, why should we bother with regular TV when we can make these Netflix shows?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was an ad for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
But then they went away from that. Now they don't even connect it.
And that's the thing. It wasn't connected enough. There was no reciprocation from the Cinematic Universe, first of all.
Yeah.
So it didn't really hold much...
Yeah, the only thing that's connected is Season 2 Daredevil, that one biker gang debuted in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The biker gang that Punisher's killing.
Oh, yeah?
That's where they came from. Like, that's the only connection.
Oh, well. So it seemed like they were just like hangers-on to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, they weren't a commercial for it, but more like a fanfic of it.
Yeah, almost. And then now with the Inhumans, like their whole thing about S.H.I.E.L.D. was setting up for the Inhumans, and now the Inhumans is off the docket. For some reason, they've gotten rid of it. So now it's like, well, we set all this up for nothing. Like
I've heard a rumor as to why the Inhumans got bumped.
Is it because they're going to get X-Men?
Close.
Well, it's because Spider-Man's filling all the spots. But everybody's hoping they get the X-Men back, which would be awesome. I hope this movie bombs.
I've heard it's the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I heard that too. They're getting Fantastic Four back. Yeah.
But the long and short of it is, with the Netflix crushing it, they don't need ads for the Marvel Cinematic Universe anymore. All they need to do for the CMU is just to turn on the printing press and add the green for dollar bills and just start printing. Like it just. So like it doesn't have its place. I feel bad for the guy who plays Coulson.
Well, yeah, he used to be in the movies. Now he's stuck on the TV show because they didn't even like address the fact that he's still alive on the movie.
And they've kind of it's one of those deaths that will stick because
why bother? They'd have to explain, and they don't want them to say go watch the TV show.
Yeah, at this point, like it would have been nice if they had done that early on, but
Avengers 2, Coulson should have shown up, and like how cool would that have been if he showed up at that party? And they're like, "You're alive!" Oh yeah, I've been alive for like a year.
Yeah, sorry.
Fury never told you. Yeah,
undercover. You know how it is. I'm like, I guess so. Yeah, whatever. Here, have a drink, and then
it would have been nice interactions, but no.
Hey, Maria, did you know about this? And Hill looking sheepishly, yeah, I kind of did too.
Yeah.
Then, like Romanoff, obviously, like, can't trust a spy, can you? Titter, titter.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
So, yeah, I can see why it's not they're not gonna put the time and money into it.
Did you hear about Nathan Fillion?
I've heard that he is going to be playing in the, who is it? It was a good call, too.
He's gonna be Wonder Man.
Yeah, that's who it was. That's the rumor.
Well, they have pictures of Wonder Man. There's a Wonder Man, or what's his name? Simon Williams Film Festival or something in the movie. And then, he was cast. Who knows if it'll be Wonder Man, but it will be at least Simon Williams.
That's a good...
And they have all these fake posters for movies he's done, but they're like our movies, just slightly different with Nathan Fillion playing Simon Williams, playing all these different characters.
Nathan Fillion is getting older, but if he can rock the body that he had, say, in the Sing Along or some of the other things, like not ripped, muscular like, say, Captain America,
but not pudgy,
but built. Yeah. Like I don't watch Castle, so who knows?
I don't either. Yeah.
He might have turned himself go. Yeah. He might have turned a little Bruce Campbell, circa 1990. On Burn Notice.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has or not, but it would be a good cast.
Yeah, we'll see. Good old James Gunn.
I keep hearing great things about Civil War. I've had to stop going to websites that...
Yeah, because it's been out in England for a week now.
It's been out in Australia. It's been out in a whole bunch of places. So
yeah, it's annoying.
Well, unfortunately, that's why you can't have nice things. You can't trust certain audiences not to be douchebags. And unfortunately,
I don't understand why they wouldn't just release it all the same weekend. It makes no sense.
Well, you and I are both on the same page there. We're in a global, it's a global society now. This releasing movies and music and everything on the Thursday of the week of it's all so antiquated and so stupid. They should, in England it's going to drop at 2 a.m. when it drops in North America. So what?
And same with, I don't even care about that. It's at least put it the same day. I don't care if they have it like 5 hours earlier. That's fine. But it's just like, I guess it wouldn't matter because I'd still not see it the first weekend. But that's why I hate movies. Like, I hate going to movies. It just pisses me off. This whole, you can't just enjoy a movie anymore because everything gets spoiled.
But like, so what? It drops. American movies drop on the Thursday night at midnight or whenever, you do the thing, or for the Friday at the thing. Other countries, they're going to get a start at time at an odd time. Big deal. We'll have to, if I want to watch the Bollywood blockbuster with my favorite Bollywood stars, I'll have to, make sure I'm up at 6 a.m. to go to the theater, whatever. But why in the world is it not okay? Or I'm going to turn on my television, push the $40 button.
Oh, that's what I think for sure.
And okay, so all the people who want to be involved in the hoopla and the camaraderie and that aspect of going to the movies, which I do enjoy a bit of. Some movies, I don't need that. I don't want that. And it would be nice just to go, hey guys, it's going to start soon. We got some cheese, we got some crackers, we got some booze, we got, and if anyone talks, it's my house and I'm going to slap you.
And you can set up your TV and your surround sound as best as you want. You choose the level you want it at. And if that was possible, you'd probably invest more to have a, even better system so that you could enjoy movies more and it would influence the economy. But as it is now, it's just like, you're watching things on TV, on a nice big TV off of YouTube and getting terrible frame rates at the best of times.
Yeah. When everyone else has seen the movie a week ago.
Yeah, well, that's stupid. Whereas,
I know the movie's got to have hooks and spoilers and stuff like. There's good, and honestly, I have avoided all of them.
Yeah, me too.
I have not been spoiled one single thing.
Well, it's like Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones, after it debuts, you can't go on the internet. You have to just wait until you can see it, because you watch it almost as it's happening, right?
Yeah.
See, for me, I have to usually wait until it's downloaded, so I have to not go on the internet for that 5 hours or whatever. It's so annoying. Well, there you go. Don't be a douchebag and spoil movies. Till next time, have a good one.